Are you planning a trip to Florida, but you're not quite sure which theme park is right for you and your family? Well, if so, this guide will hopefully give you the information you need to have the best time possible in Florida. The Tampa and Orlando area is home to some of the best theme parks and amusement parks in the entire country. In this video, I'll be discussing the three major theme park chains in the state of Florida. You have Busch Gardens and SeaWorld, which is part of United Parks. You also have the Universal Orlando Parks, and of course Disney. I will be trying to help you decide which is best for you and your family based on price point, what your family is looking for in a theme park. I'll also let you know who has the best hotels and resorts and where you should stay during your trip. If you're new to the channel, my name is Rich and this is Theme Park Motivation. Let's start off with Disney. Disney is very confusing. I highly recommend checking out some of the other YouTubers that do Disney specifically. But I can tell you that it is very overwhelming if you've never been there. The whole process of getting into the park can take over an hour. Getting your car parked, taking the tram, going through security, and then either taking the ferry boat or the monorail. If it is your first visit, make sure you stop by the stroller rental place and pick up a first visit pin. Disney is the most expensive out of the three major theme park chains. It can easily cost you 6 times the cost of a Busch Gardens or SeaWorld park. My recommendation is do one of the Disney parks. Do not get the park hopper pass because it will basically take you at least an hour to get from one park to the other, therefore forfeiting an hour of your time that you could be spending on rides. A family of 4 can expect to spend roughly $1,000 for one day at Disney, not including a hotel or resort. Is the Genie Plus Pass worth it? My answer is absolutely. It'll run roughly $30 a person per day. We found that we were able to get on quite a few more rides than we would have if we did not have this. I highly recommend not staying at any of the Disney resorts because they offer little value versus the Universal resorts. A family can expect to spend anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for a week vacation to Disney. It is very expensive, but I do not want to deter anybody from experiencing Disney. My recommendation is definitely Magic Kingdom. It offers the best bang for the buck with some of the best theming I've ever seen in my entire life. I just want to say, if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We do a lot of different content, theme park related, so if you love theme parks, we'd love to keep you updated on everything that's going on at different theme parks around the country. Please do me a favor, and if you wouldn't mind, just hitting that like button. One of the most surprising things at Disney was the cost of food. Believe it or not, Disney was the most affordable out of the 3 major theme park chains in Florida. I truly believe that everyone should experience Disney at least once in their life. There really is something magical about this place, and there really is something for everyone to do there. If you have a thrill seeker in your family, Disney is probably not the right pick for you. However, Universal, there are so many thrilling rides. The theming, especially the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, is some of the best theming next to Disney's. Universal Islands of Adventure is probably the best park between the two, especially if you're a thrill seeker. Now, unlike Disney, where I did not recommend getting the park hopper pass, I do recommend that if you're only going to Universal for one day, get the 2-park ticket, especially if you have your eyes set on riding certain attractions. Where Universal sets itself apart from Disney is their multi-day tickets. Universal offers some of the best specials amongst any theme park I've ever seen, where often they will run specials: buy a 3-day ticket, get 2 free days, or buy a 2-day ticket and get 2 free days. Is it worth it to get the Express Pass? Well, this pass can run you roughly $100 to upwards of $200 a person per day. My opinion, I would say go to Universal on a weekday to try and avoid this at all costs. But if you absolutely have to have the Express Pass, I highly recommend staying at one of their premier hotels, as you will be able to get an Express Pass the day you check in and for the day you check out. So you'll get them for 2 days for the price of a room for 1 night, along with other perks such as 1 hour early access into the park and numerous other perks that go along with any of the great Universal hotels. I would say Universal is a nice happy medium, not too overpriced, but still offering a lot of the same wonderful theming that you could expect at a Disney park, but a much more affordable experience. A season pass for Universal is roughly a third the cost of a season pass to Disney, with so many different perks, such as 40% off of the hotels and resorts that Universal has to offer. Keep this in mind if you plan to do a vacation to Universal and you plan to go to the park more than 4 days. Maybe you plan to visit twice in 1 year. A season pass might be your best option. Universal definitely offers the best bang for your buck when it comes to their resorts. A great example of this would be their pass holder rate for May 2nd, which is a Thursday. This is for Royal Pacific, $297 for 1 night. You could get an Express Pass and it will cost you roughly $525 for 1 day. Keep in mind, getting your hotel for roughly $300 and getting Express Passes for 2 days is going to save you big money. I'm talking hundreds of dollars. So we're going to do a quick recap here. Obviously, Disney had some excellent theming, probably the best out of the 3. Universal cannot be beat as far as hotels and resorts go, offering the most bang for the buck and some of the most thrilling coasters and attractions out of any of the parks. That being said, we're going to move on to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, and I'm going to tell you all the wonderful things they have to offer. They do not have a hotel or resort. They do have some hotels that they work with, and they will get you a better rate if you book it through SeaWorld or Busch Gardens. That being said, Busch Gardens and SeaWorld have some of the most thrilling roller coasters out of the 3 major theme parks. And they definitely have the best animal experiences. I highly recommend the safari experience at Busch Gardens Tampa. It's excellent. And obviously all of the different animal experiences at SeaWorld. If you're wondering why I'm mentioning both of these parks, well, it's because they both offer very similar pricing, being the fact that they are owned by the same company, which is United Parks. I highly recommend getting a multi-day, multi-park pass, which will allow you to go to either one of their water parks as well, Adventure Island or Aquatica. I recommend going to Busch Gardens 1 to 2 days or SeaWorld 1 to 2 days. You can easily spend an entire day at either one of these places, if not 2. I highly recommend getting the all-day dining as well. It is definitely worth the $50. Eat every 90 minutes for the entire day. Busch Gardens and SeaWorld offer some great discounted tickets throughout the entire year, so check their websites. This was my epic guide to Florida and their amazing theme parks. I do want to mention that if you have time, don't sleep on the fun spots. They have some great attractions, and it's a great way to get away from some of the big crowds. Fun Spot Kissimmee and Fun Spot Orlando offer some great attractions for a reasonable price. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button.